Yeah, so I'm actually cutting a few more dahlias, which is super awesome. The stems are finally lengthening a little bit less bug pressure, and there is lots of blooms or buds showing. So I think the next couple of weeks should be hopefully a good dahlia month, and hopefully we have a late frost. But can you hear the traffic behind me? It is so much louder this week. It's the first week back to school, and I don't know, I feel like that adds a lot more traffic on the road compared to July and August. Yeah, my sister asked me last night if I missed the whole back to school excitement, and I used to teach, I think it was about 10 years, math at a high school, and I loved it. I loved teaching. But no, I don't miss it right now. I love being my own boss, and I love being outside in the fall. So yeah, it's September here. The nights already this week are quite a bit cooler than they were last week. I felt like before we went away on the weekend, it was really felt like summer, and now it definitely feels like fall. I yanked out my jacket. It's very dewy walking around, and misty and beautifully foggy in the morning. So seasons are a-changing. Yeah, and I said I would let you know how market went. It was a great market. The weather was really good. All those little Lysianthus bundles, I didn't come home with any of them, so I was very thankful for that. I just came home with a bunch. I made too many small bouquets. I didn't guess right on that, but sold out of the big ones and sold out of all the Lysianthus. So we moved the chicken tractor over here last week, and I had said my goal was to get the chickens onto the dahlia, like this whole bed here. But one set of netting doesn't get me around the whole bed, and with the string and the posts, I can't kind of zigzag through it. So I ordered another set of netting, which I'm trying not to spend any more money this year, but that's okay. I think like next year I'll be thrilled to have two sets, and it'll be easier to move my chicken tractor down the field. So now the whole bed, they can go in the whole bed here. They are loving where they are right now. I'm really hoping they don't dig too deep and dig up the dahlia tubers, so we'll have to see what happens there. If it becomes a problem, then I'll just not let them in anymore. But really hoping this works. And did you see that I learned my lesson with the netting? I now, like the first time I unpackaged earlier this year a box of netting, I got it all tangled up. But I was pretty excited because I actually figured out how to do it properly, and I got that second netting out beautifully. So very cool. So last year was the first year I didn't open my roadside stand-up, and it's not open this year either. And I love not having to take care of that on the weekend. So it's kind of opened up Friday for growing, weeding, doing whatever I need to do in my field. I just feel like I have a better work-life balance. So anyway, so last year I started calling my Fridays cover crop Fridays because I was so discouraged with the state of my field. I just wanted to make sure I set aside time to improve my field. My thinking is getting my soil better is going to make for better crops, better flowers in the future. So that's the plan. And it was super fun. This is so fun for me. I love all this cover crop seed. This is just what I ordered this year, which is probably way too much. And when you buy these little seeds, like this year I got mustard and phacelia. I think I'm saying that right. The seed is so tiny, so you get like gobs of it in a bag, and I obviously have a pretty small field. So I'm really hoping the seed lasts and I'll have it for a few years because it is more expensive than the more traditional, easy, cheaper seed like oats. So this is what I ordered just this year. This is the phacelia. It's my first time trying it. Even on the bag, it says a great soil builder. So I'm super excited to try that. I got mustard. This is 2 bags of oats. Oats is probably the cheapest seed I can buy, and it's great to seed right now and in the spring. I got a bag of buckwheat, which I'm going to leave closed because it's more of a summer cover crop, so I'll use it next summer. And then a bag of winter rye for later in the season. I'm so excited to start Cover Crop Friday again, but I'm going to bring out to the field some oats, and then all of these goodies here. See if I get this right. Crimson clover, radish, mustard, phacelia, and these are Australian winter peas. And then I have triticale at this end. I do have wheat in the house, and then I have winter rye. So depending on the temperature and what I want it to do, I'll choose which grain I mix in with all this stuff. This all does different things. My soil needs a lot of help. So I need nitrogen. I need roots to just go into my soil, break my hard pan, make the tilt better. I need mustard. It's supposed to help with fungus if I can incorporate that. So anyways, I like using a little bit of this. This is probably excessive, but it's super fun. I've been kind of waiting all day for it to stop spitting, but I think I'm just gonna have to work in this. It's not that bad. I think the chickens love their larger expanded area in the dahlias. They follow me around when I'm cutting, so I have to get used to like walking slow and like watching where I step, because they're kind of like a lot of times underfoot. But they do, I'm cutting a little bit later this morning, and they do calm down, and I think this is their nap time, but they're getting lots of exercise digging. You can kind of see where they've all been in the rows because they just dig all the dirt onto the paths. So I got to spend a little time cleaning that up before, I don't want weeds growing in that dirt on top of the pathway. But yeah, so that was good. Success this week getting them on here. I did finish up the cover crop that I was working on last night. I did those 2 rows, and now I'm going to move on to some other rows today. It's definitely a little bit more difficult to put the row cover on when it's windy, so maybe I'll leave that for tonight. Yeah, and the week is over. I was really happy to be able to cut some lisianthus this week. Probably the most I've cut all season, though now that I'm looking at the rows, there's less out there than I had hoped. But yeah, I got some decent orders to designers and had, I thought, a pretty good amount at market this week. And market was really good weather again. I was actually surprised. It didn't feel very busy, but we ended up selling more than we did the week before, which usually the end of August is good. And then when school starts, I'm never quite sure how sales are going to go, but I was pleasantly surprised when we got home and counted the money. So very thankful for that. So many great customers at market. I actually, because it felt slower, had more time just to talk and visit with all the customers. So it was a good night. But yeah, I'm going to wrap this up. Thanks for hanging out with me and my chicken friends. And I hope to see you again next time.